In 1990, I made a promise to my daughter to give her the best I had to offer. In this video, I'll show you the outcome, and it will blow you away.
Hi, Thomas here. In this video today, I'd like to take you on a little under-the-hood tour of the Starland guitar system. Give you an intimate view of how it was created and how that benefits you. First, I'd like to tell you a little story. When my daughter was 9, she asked me to teach her guitar. I was elated. I suggested that I sign her up with one of my instructors. I was thinking that a more impartial relationship might be better for her with her teacher. However, to my surprise, she insisted that I become her instructor. I was telling this to a friend of mine in a cafe one day and telling him how I was kind of torn. He suggested that I consider this might be a great opportunity to have my daughter listen to me uninterrupted for at least 30 minutes once a week. Then he asked me a question that I'll never forget. He asked me, what difference could you make in her life if you took that opportunity? That got my attention, and I thought about that for days. After a few days, I decided to undertake the challenge. I asked Melanie to give me a few months to prepare. You see, playing guitar is important, but I saw this as an opportunity to do even more. I saw this as an opportunity to teach my daughter life skills that would help her to be successful in whatever she did. One of the life skills I had in mind in particular was the ability to break a complex project down to sequential small steps and then work on those steps one by one until she achieved her goal. Over the following months, I pretty much locked myself away in my home office and worked for hours and hours with one question guiding me. How can I organize my guitar lessons to teach this skill? The key came to me after a few days. What I needed was a model blueprint, in this case of how to learn the complex skill of playing guitar. By following this blueprint, she would learn how to play guitar and have a model in her mind of how to break a complex project down to small steps. I was a guitar instructor for over 10 years and was considered quite good. But now I began organizing my materials and creating new ones with this plan in mind. In this way, the Starland guitar system was born. Over the past 20 years, I've refined it, added new materials, created a teacher training system, and now an online system as well. So you're probably wondering what happened with Melanie. That was 20 years ago. She's an adult now. She took guitar lessons for about 3 years and got quite good. She's now following her passion, which is to make a difference in the lives of emerging artists, musicians, photographers, and fashion designers through her company, Graffiti Beach, in Southern California. If you're curious, you can look it up on the web. It's graffitibeach.org. I'd like to give you a little tour of the Starland guitar system now. Let's go down into my studio where I create all the videos for the system.
The Starland guitar system consists of 3 levels. Each level has 20 steps. We're going to start by going through one step at a time, just like a ladder. When you get to the end of 5 steps, that's a cue to review the first 5 steps. I'll include some information between each step, including some practice sessions. But once you reviewed the 5 steps and you feel comfortable, it's time to go on to the 6th step and so on. When we've done another 5 steps, let's say 5 through 10, we'll go back and review those, check those off, go on to the next 5 steps. Once you've completed all 20 steps in level 1, we're going to go back and review the entire level. That 3rd time around is a chance to refine it, get a little smoother, maybe a little faster, and maybe more relaxed, which is very important. Let's take a look at the level 1 check sheet to see where we're going. Here's a copy of that Starland Guitar Course level 1 check sheet. There are 4 quarters. Each quarter has 5 techniques. All the techniques are intertwined, so one helps you prepare for the next one. When you learn a technique, write down the date that you've learned it. Go ahead and fill in the dates along the way as you learn each of the techniques. When you've completed 5 techniques, there'll be a review section. I want you to write the date in that you've completed the review section. Go ahead and put an X mark next to each of the chords that you've learned as well, and each of the strums. There's a spot to write in the songs that you've learned in each of the levels. When you completed the first quarter and you reviewed it, we'll go on to the second quarter. Throughout the level, you'll be learning chords, strums, basic progressions. You'll learn some music theory, the basics of note reading, and most importantly, I'm going to teach you a number of templates. These templates are short chord progressions that are very common in popular music. This is the most practical way to teach you how to move from one chord to another, because these are the movements you'll be using most often. In addition, it'll train your ear to hear common progressions in popular music. It's much more efficient to learn new songs by identifying the progression or the template and then learning the things that don't fall into the same template. It's also the best way to learn to write music. To learn more about learning guitar, sign up for the course and receive a free report, The 8 Roadblocks to Learning Guitar and How to Avoid Them. Go to www.starlandguitar.com.